Hi, I just wanted to make a quick video about emotions. I just wanted to give like my insight, my point of view on why they are so important, on why, um, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me why, um, growing up, a lot of us were taught that emotions were bad and that, you know, if we cried, our parents were gonna give us something to cry about, and things like that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And as an empath, and a cancer, like, I am just this big ball of emotions, and I don't know. I just want to talk about it because, in my eyes, emotions are a way for us as humans, as people, to process information. They're here to help us, how do I like explain, process information that is like other people, circumstances, things that happen to us, you know. And how do I explain, like, I mean, we are not our emotions. It's important to separate the mind from emotions, but we cannot be without them either. um Let me see. I wrote down in my notes, and like another thing I wanted to talk about was holding in our emotions and why that's so bad. And because blah. So should we hold in our emotions or suppress them or bottle them up? The more we do that, the more we end up losing our sense of self. I hope you can hear me despite the background noises. But yeah, if you haven't noticed that, like, for example, heartbreak, the wind, heartbreak. I remember at a certain time in my life when it was like normal to be heartbroken and depressed, and mental illness was kind of romanticized, which, and I mean, in those days, no one really talked about mental health, so you just think that's normal and it's okay to be sad and depressed all the time. But you grow up and you realize it actually feels really good to feel good, and feeling bad doesn't really feel good at all. So I just wanted to express my insight. So what was I going with that? um Let me see. Like, okay, the example. Yeah, like, people would go out breaking other people's hearts, trying to find their own heart. And it makes sense, the expression. It like ties into the expression hurt people. And I mean, that's just you bleeding out on other people. That's you bleeding out your pain, spreading your pain, you know. And yeah, like, people, like, when they're heartbroken, when they're sad, when they're down, like, they don't realize that their heart is still there. It's still with you. You're kind of just blocking it out. You're blurring the vision of yourself because you decide to keep your emotions there. Like, think of it as a windshield. The more you hold in your emotions, it's like the glass is getting dirty and you can't really see or even recognize your own self. And I mean, I'm not saying that's bad, because everyone's been through something undesirable that happens to them, or it happens for them, to learn a specific lesson, to gain specific wisdom that they wanted to gain before coming here. And yeah, like, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. um oh yeah, what was So that was the point. Like, I mean, that's the damage you can do when you refuse to feel your own emotions. Um, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, we all have to go through things. We all have traumas and just undesirable experiences that we have to go through because it's just life. It's part of the human experience. Like everybody, you can ask anybody you know, and they all have a story of something that happened to them that they didn't want to happen to them, but it happened. I mean, it's life. It's part of life. You can't escape it. You can't run away from it. You can't run away from your feelings because they're still there. Like, how do I explain that? Even like, it is what it is. You can't escape your emotions. You can't pretend that they're not there. And if you do, you lose yourself. That's how you lose yourself. And I know a lot of us end up being taught in the beginning, not in the end, in the beginning, that emotions are bad and to suck it up and this and that, but that's not good. Like, it's not good for you. It's not good for, like, the person who taught you that, which is probably your parents. They're not okay. You know, I'll say that proudly. And you yourself, I mean, you can deny it, but it's truth. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, how will you ever return to happiness, to real joy, if you keep holding on to the pain? But yeah, I feel like, is that everything I wanted to say? Yeah, I feel like, yeah. You know, escaping your emotions. Like, with my own experience, I used to be that person who would try to run away from their feelings. Um, you know, substance abuse and all that other stuff. You know, like, um, and in the end, you just realize that, I mean, it's all there. Everything's still there. All the pain is still there. I mean, you try to seek happiness through escape, which is either sex or substance abuse or your phone, food, um, dating. That's a whole other topic, but you know, and you think you find happiness through these things, but in the end, you still feel like that emptiness or that hollowness inside you, and you're surrounded by other people, but it's like you still feel alone. And oh my god, I can talk about being alone all day. Like, that could be a whole other subject, but yeah, I feel like that's all I needed to express right now. Yeah, so I hope you found this insightful or helpful in any way, or helped you open your eyes up somehow. Well, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Live long.